Everyone thought smart glasses were already decided. Meta, Google, Apple. Same players, same direction. Then a fashion brand from South Korea changed the conversation by doing something simple, making smart glasses people actually want to wear. Let's be real, most smart glasses have always struggled with how they look. Some were clunky and heavy. Others tried too hard to be futuristic, but missed the mark entirely. You'd see a pair and think, did these escape from the test lab by accident? But these new glasses, they break that pattern right away. The pictures catch your eye. The frames are slim. The lenses are dark. The whole design is understated. There's no flashy tech branding anywhere. No giant camera sticking out. No wild sci-fi vibe either. If you saw them on someone's face and didn't know any better, you'd probably guess they were high-end sunglasses. And honestly, that's the idea. Here, the technology fades away. The style takes over. That might seem like a small thing, but it's huge. It's honestly the biggest deal about these glasses. The only way smart glasses catch on is when people stop seeing them as gadgets and start seeing them as something you want to wear, like any other accessory or piece of clothing. That's when you'll see everyone using them. That's when they'll become part of everyday life. That's how they become normal. Smart glasses have always had a stubborn design problem. Sure, the tech kept getting better, but the glasses themselves usually looked like something that escaped from a lab. Sometimes they were way too chunky. Sometimes the camera stuck out oddly. Sometimes they were so futuristic that putting them on basically guaranteed awkward stares. And honestly, that's been a huge deal breaker. No matter how sophisticated the features get, nobody wants to walk around feeling awkward or self-conscious. Now here's where the Gentle Monster glasses really separate themselves. Before you notice anything else, before you even think about AI, cameras, Google, or Samsung, you see one thing. These glasses just look good. The frames are slim, clean, and actually understated. The dark lenses and sharp lines look way more like a high-end fashion piece than a gadget. No big sensors hanging off the sides. No thick modules weighing down the frame. Nothing screaming, hey, this is a computer on my face. If you spot someone wearing them from across the room, you'd think they picked up a pair of designer sunglasses. And honestly, that's exactly the goal. The tech fades away. The style takes over. This feels like a small detail, but it changes everything. Because the real challenge for smart glasses isn't the tech. Cameras will improve. AI will get smarter. Batteries will last longer. Those issues get solved eventually. The tough part is actually getting people to wear them every day. Google finally gets it. Instead of starting with the electronics and trying to make them look halfway decent, they teamed up with Gentle Monster, a brand that knows how to make eyewear people actually want. Their designs have been on celebrities, pop stars, models, you name it. They treat glasses as more than just tools. They're a statement, a piece of someone's identity. People wear glasses right on their faces all day. It's basically part of who they are. That's what makes this partnership feel like a real turning point. These don't look like gadgets awkwardly asking to be cool. They look like stylish glasses that just happen to be really smart. And that subtle difference could finally make smart glasses feel normal. Mainstream adoption doesn't happen when everyone's impressed. It happens when nobody thinks twice and just enjoys wearing them. It's easy to get wowed by a nice pair of smart glasses, but if the tech doesn't actually make your life easier, nobody's going to stick around just for the looks. Pretty quickly, people stop caring about futuristic design and start asking, okay, but what's actually in it for me? That's where these glasses get really interesting. Beneath the stylish frame, you'll find features built around something the tech industry finally gets. The most important features? The microphones and speakers right inside the frame. Sure, it doesn't sound groundbreaking. Voice assistants have been around for ages, but it's where the tech lives that makes all the difference. You don't have to dig out your phone, unlock it, find the right app, and then talk to your screen. You're already wearing the glasses. You just ask. The glasses respond. Done. It feels instant, almost effortless. That's the big change. Suddenly, you're not bending over backward to use the technology. It just fits into your day. Lost in a new city? Ask for directions? Need an answer fast? Ask out loud. Want info without dropping what you're doing? Just ask. The goal isn't just about giving you AI on your face. It's about getting rid of all the steps between you and the help you need. Let's talk about actually using these every day too. The built-in audio means you can take calls straight through your glasses. No need to reach for your phone. If you're always walking, commuting, or juggling different things, that convenience is hard to ignore. You stay in touch, but you're not glued to your phone. The microphones matter just as much. They're designed to pick up your voice in real-life environments, not just in some silent office. That's crucial because let's face it, life's noisy. Coffee shops, airports, busy streets, it's a constant hum. If voice controls are going to replace the phone, they have to work everywhere people actually go. Photography? That's built in too. The camera lets you snap photos or take video from your own point of view. No fiddling with your phone or holding it up in the air. If you see something worth capturing, just do it. It feels natural, almost invisible. You stop thinking about the glasses and start thinking about what you can do with them. That's where the whole industry's heading. Not more tech for the sake of it, but tech that disappears until you need it. Tech that helps when you ask and then steps aside. The best wearables don't keep reminding you they're on your face. They're just there to make life simpler. And really, that's what these glasses are aiming for. Wait a second, you're still here? Then you're probably just as fascinated by smart glasses as we are. So before we keep going, hit that subscribe button. Because the next few years of wearable technology are about to get very interesting. Now let's continue. The real magic of these glasses isn't about their frame. It's Google's Gemini AI that makes them so exciting. This isn't your typical wearable tech. Gemini shifts things up, turning smart glasses into something way more ambitious. Most digital assistants just wait for you to say something, then spit out an answer or do what you ask. It's always been a little stiff. You have to nail your phrasing, or else the system doesn't get it. Gemini changes that whole routine. Now, the system isn't just sitting around waiting for instructions. It's figuring out what you're really trying to accomplish. Maybe you toss out a vague question while walking. Gemini uses what's around you, your environment, your prior actions, your situation to fill in the blanks. If you bring something up casually, it'll remember and bring it back up when it's useful. Everything starts feeling a lot more seamless. That's way different from old-school assistants. Instead of acting like another tool, Gemini becomes this quiet layer of intelligence in the background. Helpful, observant, ready to respond, but not constantly nagging you. And that's why smart glasses are so good for this kind of AI. Phones need you to unlock and poke at them, but glasses sit right where you look. They're built for real-time info. So instead of digging out your phone and opening an app, Gemini just hangs out in your world. You ask something on the go, and the answer pops up instantly. Look at something interesting. Gemini's got the context, and it responds accordingly. Walking through a city? It can guide you. No need for constant input. Context-aware AI isn't about responding to commands, but understanding what's happening as you're interacting. That shift changes how you expect things to work. You stop thinking about commands and start focusing on your intent. You just say what you need, and the AI covers the rest. It's not only about convenience, it's about making things smoother. Less friction between your thoughts and actions. Less gap from intention to outcome. That's why Gemini really matters for these glasses. Without smart AI, they're just some hardware. A camera, speaker, microphone, display. With Gemini, the whole thing becomes dynamic. It's responsive, almost alive. It's early days, sure, but the direction is obvious. This isn't just about improving search or doing voice commands faster. It's about building an assistant that doesn't need to wait for you. It knows when it should step in and help. Smart glasses might be the first place where this actually works in real life, and that's pretty exciting. When people think about smart glasses, most just rattle off the obvious stuff. There's a camera, some audio, maybe an AI assistant. Translation? Sure. Directions? Why not? But the most interesting things about the next generation of smart glasses aren't the features everyone already expects. Instead, it's the hidden layer underneath, the design details and subtleties that quietly shape how useful these things actually feel in real life. And when you start paying attention to that, suddenly smart glasses start to look like a whole new category. One of the biggest steps forward is visual understanding. Not just listening to your commands, actually seeing what you see. Modern smart glasses can recognize objects right as you're looking at them, acting like a real-time interpreter for the world in front of you. Smart glasses aren't meant to replace your phone. They're more like a filter for everything your phone already does. You don't stop getting notifications, they just show up in a cleaner, more relevant way. Calls, messages, directions, they follow you from your phone to your face without juggling devices. The big shift here is you start interacting with information directly, not just apps. Updates slip into your day at the right moment. Directions appear while you're already moving, not after clicking around. Messages just arrive, no digging through screens. It's not about ditching your phone, but about needing it less. Everything just gets a little more seamless. Battery life used to be the main choke point. Now, it's not just about stuffing in bigger batteries. The real upgrade is smarter power management. Today's smart glasses are learning to shift gears. They run on full blast only when you need them. Otherwise, they downshift, conserve power, and keep working in the background. The glasses monitor behavior and adjust as they go, squeezing out extra hours without getting heavy or clunky. Look at all these layers together and you'll notice what's really happening. It's not about piling on more features for a spec sheet. It's about creating systems that adapt to you and just quietly take the friction out of life. These glasses aren't really about replacing sunglasses. And they're not even just about improving eyewear. They're about something much bigger. They're about replacing interactions themselves. Because when you really break down how people use technology today, most of it isn't intentional anymore. It's automatic. Think about how often you reach for your phone without even thinking. Notifications, directions, messages, quick searches, social media checks, random questions you don't even fully care about but still feel the urge to look up. It adds up fast. Smart glasses introduce a different idea. Instead of breaking your flow, they try to exist inside it. A notification doesn't require you to stop what you're doing. It appears briefly in your field of view. A question doesn't require you to unlock anything. You simply ask it out loud. A direction doesn't require you to switch apps. It appears as you move. A photo doesn't require you to reach into your pocket. You capture it instantly from your perspective. No unlocking, no searching through apps, no constant switching between tasks. Just information delivered when it's actually needed, and then it disappears again. That is the core philosophy behind this entire category. Not more technology in your life, less friction in your interaction with it. But there's an important catch. This vision only works if people are willing to wear the device every day, and that's where most previous attempts struggled. Because if something feels uncomfortable or awkward or overly technical, people will eventually stop using it, no matter how useful it is. That's why the Gentle Monster collaboration matters so much in this context, because it removes one of the biggest barriers to adoption: appearance. If smart glasses look like something people already want to wear, then the barrier to entry drops dramatically. They stop feeling like a gadget you activate. They start feeling like something you simply put on in the morning, the same way you would with regular glasses or sunglasses. And once that happens, the entire interaction model changes. The technology no longer feels like an extra step in your day. It becomes part of your environment, part of your routine, part of how you move through the world. That's the bigger plan. Not smarter devices, smoother lives, less interruption, more flow, and a shift from constantly checking technology to technology quietly understanding when you actually need it. That's the direction every company in this space is chasing. But only a few are getting close to making it feel natural. And that's what makes this moment so important. AI keeps improving at a rapid pace, not just in accuracy, but in how naturally it interacts with people. Displays keep shrinking while becoming sharper and more efficient. Batteries keep getting denser, lasting longer while taking up less space. Sensors are becoming smaller, more precise, and more energy efficient. And all of that is happening at the same time, which means something important is starting to take shape. Every year, the gap between science fiction and reality gets smaller. What once felt like futuristic concepts are slowly becoming normal product features. Real-time translation that actually works. Navigation that overlays naturally into your environment. AI that understands context before you fully finish speaking. Cameras that capture moments without interrupting them. Information that appears exactly when you need it and disappears when you don't. Right now, we're still early, but every generation is getting closer to something that feels less like a gadget and more like an extension of perception itself. And that's where intelligent eyewear stops being interesting as a product and starts becoming important as a platform. That's the question everyone is asking, and the answer isn't simple. Because this isn't just a competition between two products, it's a competition between two philosophies. On one side, you have RayBan partnered with Meta, a brand built on legacy, recognition, and familiarity. RayBan already has something most tech companies can't buy: trust. People already know the name. People already wear the frames. People already associate it with timeless style. And Meta adds the technological layer on top of that foundation: AI features, cameras, connectivity, a growing ecosystem. That combination has proven successful because it builds on something familiar instead of replacing it. But Gentle Monster approaches the problem from a completely different angle. Instead of starting with familiarity, it starts with identity, cultural relevance, modern design language, fashion-forward aesthetics, a younger, more experimental audience that treats eyewear as part of personal expression rather than just utility. And that changes how the product is perceived from the beginning. Because RayBan feels like technology added to something classic. Gentle Monster feels like fashion that happens to be intelligent. That difference might sound subtle, but in consumer behavior, it's massive. Because people don't always choose the most capable product. They choose the product that fits who they believe they are, or who they want to be. And that's where Gentle Monster gains an unexpected advantage. It doesn't need to convince people to accept smart glasses as technology. It convinces them to accept it as style first. And in a category where the biggest barrier has never been performance, but adoption, that shift matters more than specs. So could it replace RayBan? Maybe not immediately. RayBan still has dominance in recognition and scale. Meta still has the advantage of ecosystem integration, but Gentle Monster introduces something more unpredictable: cultural momentum. in an industry driven by identity and perception that can be just as powerful as technology itself. 5 years ago, smart glasses felt like a tech experiment. Today, they're starting to look like real products, not because the technology suddenly became perfect, but because companies finally realized something important. People don't wear processors, they don't wear AI models, they don't wear operating systems. They wear glasses. And if Google, Samsung, and Gentle Monster have figured out how to combine fashion with intelligence, the entire smart glasses market could be about to change. The real question isn't whether smart glasses are coming. They're already here. The question is who will make them feel normal first. Meta, Apple, or Korea's newest challenger, Gentle Monster?